Hello, everybody. I'm Dr. Cindy Banyai, and I am here as a special guest host for Political Perspectives with the Democratic Party of Lee County. And I am here to do a 2023 rundown of our top fives. So we're going to do the top five GOP bonehead moves in the state of Florida and the top five Democratic wins in the state of Florida. So let's get right to it here today. Now, you probably heard a lot about Florida and Florida Man and all of the crazy things that the Florida Republicans have done. But here's some of the top bonehead things that we think that they did in 2023. First off, the 6-week abortion ban. As if the 15-week abortion ban wasn't bad enough, and which data has shown has actually increased the number of abortions in the state of Florida, they passed in the 2023 legislative session a 6-week abortion ban. And of course, Lee County's own Republican handmaid tail in waiting, Jenna Persons Malika, was one of the co-sponsors of the 6-week abortion ban. So not only did the 6-week abortion ban cause a significant amount of outcry across the state of Florida and the country, but it actually resulted in one of the major Democratic wins, which we'll talk about in a few moments. Another big bonehead move by the GOP in the state of Florida in the year 2023 was, of course, the passing of permitless carry. While we're seeing gun violence surge across the country, mass shootings are something that is a truly uniquely American phenomena, and we see gun deaths become the leading cause of children in this country. The GOP, with their well-funded gun lobby, have decided that we should make it so it's a lot easier for people in the state of Florida to get guns. In the 2023 session, the GOP in the state of Florida enacted permitless carry, essentially ending the need for people to have a concealed carry permit and making it so that anybody who can have a gun can have the gun and conceal it without any type of permit whatsoever. This has alarmed police officers across the state and the country, and basically anybody else who knows how guns work, knowing that anybody can have that gun. And to make matters worse, we're seeing in the 2024 legislative session, once again put forth by our very own state senator here, Jonathan Martin in Lee County, a rollback of the precautions that were put into place after the Parkland shooting. That includes a 3-day waiting period for all weapons, including AR-15s. That's something that Senator Martin, who, by the way, was not actually elected. He just qualified for the ballot and then walked right in. But Jonathan Martin thinks that we should just eliminate the 3-day waiting period for everything except for handguns. So that means anybody can get an AR-15 right away. Now, why he wants to do this is a really great question. And it's actually very sad because it will definitely make a lot more impulsive people able to have a significant weapon of mass destruction. Again, looking at the 2023 legislative session on the GOP top 5 2023 bonehead moves includes the passing of radioactive roads. So not only do we have companies that are mining across the state, such as Mosaic, polluting our state and extracting all of our materials, but one of the byproducts of the phosphorus mining that they do, and that goes into, by the way, the fertilizers that they create, is phosphogypsum. Phosphogypsum is a radioactive material that has a more than 1,000-year half-life. These are currently sitting in stacks across the state, including Superfund sites, that the company is legally required to take care of for the duration of their being stored in the state. However, they have come up with the plan. And the plan for polluters like Mosaic was to partner with Florida GOP members. And they passed the Phosphogypsum Act, which allows for the beginning of the testing of using phosphogypsum, a radioactive material, in roads across the state. And almost immediately before any of the tests had even occurred, they have lobbied for an expansion of this privilege. So, radioactive roads coming your way thanks to another Florida GOP bonehead move. So let's continue on down our top five. Those were the top three. And now, of course, we have Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis, of course, is trying to run for president, and his presidential campaign started off promising and has significantly tanked since then. And he has, of course, neglected his duties right here in the state of Florida as he's off chasing his own presidential ambitions, but not, of course, without leading the Florida legislature and the other GOP boneheads right into changing the law so that he can continuously pretend to be governor while he's also pretending to run for president. And this is become a huge problem for us. And we are hoping that this campaign will end very soon. Not that we want Ron DeSantis back here and focusing on us here in Florida anymore than we want him to be president. But his presidential campaign has been nothing short of a disgrace for him as well as everybody in the state of Florida. Not to mention the coming out after legal maneuvers of the COVID data that demonstrated that we had some of the worst cases and responses to COVID in the country. But of course, the number one on the top five GOP bonehead moves for 2023, of course, is going to be the Zieglers. So Christian Ziegler is the chair of the Florida GOP. And he started with the bang early in 2023 by saying that he wanted to eliminate all Democrats. Yes, you heard that right. One of his very first official statements was to talk about how he was going to eliminate all the Democrats. Now, how he planned on doing that is hard to say, but it was definitely something that a lot of folks got worried about because violent political rhetoric can very easily, as we have seen from January 6th and other incidents, turn into real political violence. So he started off that way as soon as he ascended to the chairmanship in 2023, and things only got worse for him. Now, keep in mind that Christian Ziegler is married to Bridget Ziegler, and she is one of the co-founders of Moms for Liberty. Moms for Liberty, of course, being the organization that has been challenging school board seats in Florida and around the country, and is also co-founded and has on its board one of our other superstar Karens in Southwest Florida, Erica Donalds, Byron Donald's wife, also a big proponent of not actually putting your kids in public schools, yet putting together charter schools so that you can profit from those public dollars. However, back to the Zieglers. Christian Ziegler and Bridget Ziegler have, as it turns out, been carrying on a quite feisty personal life of their own. And that's not really the problem, except for, of course, their hypocritical stance on saying that of the LGBT people are groomers and sinful, etc., and so forth, in both their roles as leaders of the GOP in the state of Florida and on the school board in Sarasota and through the vehicle of Moms for Liberty. But it gets even more dicey as we learned in the fall of 2023 when Christian Ziegler was accused of raping their third party contact there, and not only raping her but also filming said activity, and followed up just the other day with additional accusations related to that charge. Now, did Christian Ziegler decide to resign? No, he did not. Did Bridget Ziegler say that she'll resign from the school board? No, she did not. But she was eventually censured and had a vote against her by all of the other members of the Sarasota School Board. However, when asked to resign, and basically every major Republican in the state of Florida asking Christian Ziegler to resign from his position as chairman of the GOP for the state of Florida, he doubled down and said that he would leave with essentially a $10 million golden parachute. Absolutely fascinating, and just what a bunch of wonderful folks those GOP boneheads are, aren't they? So that is our top five GOP bonehead moves, going from number 5, the 6-week abortion ban, the permitless carry of the radioactive roads, Ron DeSantis and his flailing presidential campaign, and the Zieglers. Now let's move all of that and keep all of that 2023 GOP bonehead stuff in the past. And let's take a look at the top 5 Democratic wins for Democrats in the state of Florida in 2023. Started off, of course, with electing Nikki Fried as chair of the Democratic Party of the state of Florida. This did not, of course, come without controversy, as one of her first moves was to get arrested as part of a protest against that 6-week abortion ban. However, this won Nikki a lot of credibility from younger folks and activists across the state. She was definitely setting a different tone for Florida Republicans. She also came out with some spicy language talking about how we are going to get folks out to vote and we are not going to let certain things happen on our watch. It has certainly invigorated folks around the state and is taking the Florida Democratic Party in a new direction and hopefully to some wins in 2024. Another huge win for Democrats across the state of Florida in 2023 was, of course, the abortion petition initiative. So once the 6-week abortion ban went into place, an organization called Floridians Protecting Freedom, as well as other organizations like Florida Now, and many leaders across the state came together to organize around getting a ballot initiative on the 2024 ballot to make abortion rights part of the Florida Constitution. They are currently on the verge of getting that on the ballot. They claim to have almost 1.5 million petitions in. They need another 24,000 to be verified by the supervisors of elections across the state, and they are confident that that will happen given their numbers. Additionally, the Supreme Court of the state of Florida is ready to review the language and hopefully get it on the ballot. This also, by the way, has not come without pushback from the boneheads at the Florida GOP, as they are trying legal maneuvers and anything they can to try and keep this extremely popular initiative from getting onto the ballot, because it will assuredly roll back all of their anti-abortion legislation that has consumed a great deal of their time over the past few years. Looking locally at Democratic wins here in 2023, the Lee County DEC raised a significant amount of money, almost $100,000 in 2023, that will go towards the efforts of campaigning, getting in office, and helping to support voters and getting out the vote in 2024. Looking at supporting President Biden as well and all of our down ballot candidates. This is a huge win and demonstrates how we are going to hashtag take Florida back. Additionally, here in Lee County, another Democratic win is that we have down ballot candidates for all of the seats in Lee County. This includes House District 77, House District 76, House District 79, House District 78, and House District 80. Coming soon. He is going to be registered, but has gotten his work in order. Some of these are familiar faces like Howard Zapp, Chris Proya, and Mitchell Schleyer, who had run in 2020. Some of them are new faces like Cornelius Fowler and Denise McCleary and Jim Blue, who are stepping into the race as well. Don't forget our Senate District 30, Chris Proya, he is also in there. We have folks stepping up into some of our city council races and our other constitutional offices as well. So this was a huge win for us Democrats in the district, making sure that we are not allowing any seats to go uncontested. And rounding out our top 5 Democratic wins for the state of Florida is the movement in various races. We saw this most notably in the win of Donna Deegan as mayor of Jacksonville. That had been a fairly conservative and Republican held area, and she was able to flip those votes. Donna Deegan also being a major vote flipper in 2020 during her congressional campaign. So congratulations to her, and congratulations to the new 2023 Florida Democratic Party and their efforts in supporting candidates like Donna Deegan. They also moved other districts 30 points or more and have a good shot at winning the upcoming special election. And that rounds out our top 5 biggest Democratic wins for the state of Florida. That includes, to wrap it up, Nikki Fried being elected chair, the abortion petitions getting on the ballot in 2024 and getting those petitions ready. Now we're ready for the legal fight. The DEC raising a heck of a lot of money here in Lee County. Lee County having Democratic contenders for all of the down ballot races at the state level, and Donna Deegan being elected mayor of Jacksonville. So those are our top 5 Democratic wins in the state of Florida for 2023 and our top 5 GOP bonehead moves in 2023. Stay tuned for more in 2024. And while you're at it, make sure that you are getting involved, you are seeing what's going on, and you're getting registered to vote. In Lee County, you can get your voter registration updated, get your vote by mail, and update your signature at lee.vote. Everywhere else, you can go to vote.org. And we are happy to be here with you, and there'll be more episodes in the future of Political Perspectives with the Democratic Party of Lee County. I have been your host, Cindy Banyai, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.